Alright, let's quickly talk about the Astronomicon. For those that don't know, in Warhammer 40k, humanity does not use faster than light travel. We basically cut a hole in reality and travel through the warp. Some compare this to cutting a hole in hell and just traveling through hell. Other people just say it's a different dimension that we're using. Now, the best thing that you can compare this to is a submarine going underwater. And when you're kind of hanging out in the vastness of the ocean, you kind of don't know where you are. Made even worse by the fact that it's the warp. It's a realm that doesn't work on laws of physics. So, how do we navigate that and how do we know where we're going? Well, on every ship in the Imperium, there's what we call a navigator. For the Imperium, navigators are psychers, and their job is to help find where the Astronomican Beacon is in relation to their position. Yes, is a very convoluted way of saying basically they're looking for the Northern Star when they're navigating. In this case, the Northern Star is the Astronomicon on Terra. Basically, the Astronomicon is a giant psychic lighthouse. And in order to navigate, unless it's like an inner system kind of thing, you're usually using the Astronomican Beacon on Terra to figure out where the hell you are in relation to everywhere else. Now, the Astronomicon isn't perfect, but it was hell of a lot better than just kind of blindly figuring out where you were. But after the events of the Horus Heresy, the Astronomicon got damaged. And the only way to keep it powered was the Emperor being put on the Golden Throne and his life support system basically being hooked up to that. It's part of the reason why we have to sacrifice 1,000 psychers to him every fucking day. Because if we don't, the Golden Throne fails, the Emperor dies, and the Astronomicon Beacon goes out. Which means the sole thing that we use to navigate the warp goes away. And last time I checked, you don't want to be lost in the warp. Because if your Geller field, which is basically a bubble of reality protecting you from the things outside, fails, you're going to be demon food real quick. And note, over time, the Astronomicon has failed multiple times. Flickers on the Astronomicon can last for seconds or even months. For example, when the Great Rift tore the galaxy in half, on Terra, the Astronomicon went out for 33 days. 33 days for a signal that could take months or years to get to another planet on the other side of the galaxy. Yeah, they don't really bring it up or they hardly mention it at all, but when that happened, a lot of ships got fucked. Whole regiments of guardsmen, orders of Sisters of Battle, Mechanicus Explorator fleets, and Space Marine chapters went missing or were utterly destroyed. Because they either got lost in the warp or translated into galactic phenomena that just destroyed them outright. So yeah, the Imperium is heavily invested in keeping that beacon alive. Even though it starts failing more and more every day. Isn't that fun?